I help women in crisis, like divorce, like cancer recovery, or perhaps just starting over, who feel lost and hopeless. I help them to connect to the deeper part of who they really are. I believe in the spirit. One day, back in the 90s, I was living in New York. I was standing in my kitchen looking out my window over the backyard, beautiful swimming pool, surrounded by hemlocks, rose gardens, and my husband walked in. And he said to me, "I'm in love with another woman." And in that moment, I thought to myself, who was I? Where was I? Who had I been listening to? Not me, not my spirit. And that thought changed my life. Obviously, the divorce changed my life, but that's another talk. That thought, who had I been listening to, not my spirit, changed everything. You see, I was busy. I had two small children. I had just gotten contracts with Eileen Fisher stores for my jewelry. They were opening in New York City. I was a wife. I was a mother. I was on board of directors for non-for-profits. I was busy. I couldn't stop and ask these questions. I couldn't stop and listen to that inner guidance. I was too busy until something like that comes around. Now, for some, it may be an illness. It may be losing a loved one. It may be going through depression. For me, it was a cheating husband. Until something like that came along and made me stop and made me ask, who had I been listening to? Where was I in all of this? See, I believe there's a force within each of us fueling us to live our passions, to make changes in our lives, and to learn all those many lessons. And so one day, right before my 40th birthday, a friend said to me, "Hey, Tara, there's these twins I met. One's an astrologer and one's a spiritual counselor. Let's go. It's your birthday." She said, "I'm going to the astrologer." I said, "I'm going to the spiritual counselor." I had no idea what that meant, but I knew I needed help. And so I did. I met Catherine. We talked. We looked at my life path. We did some hands-on energy Reiki, and then I left. And that day, when I got back in my car, in the silence of my car, I heard, "You're gonna be okay." I heard my spirit speak to me. And at that time, I listened, finally. And I decided right then, I would follow that voice, that spirit inside of me. I would make sure my kids survived. And I promised myself that I wouldn't get sick and bitter and angry over all of this. And so I began to follow that voice. I began to learn, I began to heal, and I began to notice my children began to heal as well. We all began to not only survive, but thrive. I believe within each of us is that sanctuary, that spirit that can push us beyond all limits and open us up to a deeper love within our own self. And so, after 35 years of living in New York, I returned to Birmingham in 2011. Yes, I did. And well, bless your heart, she's a what? I kept hearing, because yes, I returned as a spiritual counselor in the deep South. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means that I can help you to tap into that inner guidance. Through my step-by-step program, I can teach you intuitive tools, spiritual development, and help you create new direction in your life. For more information, please go to my website, terryannhyman.com, and sign up for a free assessment. Give me a call, and we'll look at how you can tap into your spirit and find that force to fuel your passions. I'm an advocate for the spirit. Namaste.